It's another opportunity to win some silverware for Malaga. We went, 11 seasons doing the Trek-inspired Malaga, the 4-2-3-1, never won the trophy. Today, in season 2, so we're a season and a half into the blueprint, 3-5-2, we've got our second chance. We're in a final again. It's only the Super Cup, but we have beaten Barcelona to get there. And we've got Real Betis, a good Betis side, by the way, but still not one of the big boys, for a chance to win some silverware. Let's go. Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Blueprint. So we are in my second season in charge of Malaga using my 3-5-2 Blueprint tactic. We've obviously been tweaking as we go. It's not been an amazing start to the second season. I was really hoping that the squad rotation in the Europa League would have helped, and we've done a couple of mass rotations in the Europa League, and we've ended up losing a couple of games. Beaten by PSV and beaten by Augsburg. So I'm trying to come up with a really good way of how to rotate players, and I'm thinking about constantly leaving out 2 players. So each game, we rotate 2. It might be the 2 strikers, 2 central midfielders, 2 wing-backs, a couple of defenders, holding midfielder, and just rotate. So all players play 4 out of 5 games or 5 out of 6 games and rest that way. That's my thought behind it, because at the moment, resting like loads of them is just not working. I'll be really interested to know down in the comments, how do you rotate, especially when we're playing in Europa. So it's different Champions League, because you kind of need to go at both. With the Europa, you get the opportunity just to rotate a little bit. So I'm trying to come up with different ways. Unfortunately, the players that have come in haven't made a real impact in Europa. The transfer window as well was once again so quiet. We spent 22 million, 22 on one player, a really good player. As you can see, Alberto Hernandez, it was his release clause from Real Oviedo, already worth a lot of money, 5-star potential, 6'2", deep line forward, advanced forward as well, has got nice pace. So he was the only real in. The other 2 is Wilfred Singo, he's just backup right back, wing back for us, and Mile Dombonte, who is a backup left back for us, or left wing back, should I say. It was just to give us a little bit of squad depth. We've actually got no money in the transfer kitty, 5.5 million. We've got a fair bit left in wages, but a bit disappointing that we've not been able to make an impact again in the transfer market. So it's left us a little bit short. We've had a horrendous run. To be fair, we did play Barcelona, Athletic Club, PSV and Real Madrid, and we've just turned the tables a little bit and managed to get ourselves back on track. We've got a nice little run of games coming up. Elche, a Copa del Rey game, Ferencváros in Europa, Zrinjski Mostar in the Europa, and Levante at home, which sounds easy, but Levante are 3rd in the division. So that's going to be tough. Last episode, we finished the game against Barca in the Cup. We ended up finishing 6th. We only lost 4 games, 96 goals scored. I think it was the most in division. However, that 50 number's a little bit too high. And once again, by the way, Real Betis absolutely bottled the title. They drew, lost, and drew, and that was enough to allow Barcelona. I was fuming that I thought someone out of the big 2 was going to win the league before us. And there's a chance I don't think it's a chance it'll happen again. Barcelona are absolutely flying. Look at this, 52 goals, 7 against, 15 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. They're absolutely flying. We just need to try and get Champions League football. Unfortunately, that is our aim at the moment. However, the save will not end until we win one of the big trophies. Copa del Rey, do I count that as a big trophy? The club's never won it. I think it's more important than Spain when what it is in England. You know, you've seen the celebrations of Athletic Club, and there was a team that got there last year that played Real Madrid, and I can't think who it was. I'm sure it was someone like Real Valladolid or someone like that. Someone Vallecano maybe, was it? Mallorca got there this year. So that isn't considered a big trophy. I don't know if it's big enough for us to finish the save, but the Europa is. And I do think there's a sniff. There's a sniff that if we can get our form sorted, we can win the Europa. There's only Tottenham Hotspur in there, yes, but a lot of other clubs, Benfica, yeah. I do think we've got half a chance with that. Half a chance. Right, cup final time, Real Betis. So on the face of it, our team hasn't changed that much. Unfortunately, we've got 2 massive injuries. Luis Carlos and Raul Hernandez. So it is going to give you guys the opportunity to see the youngster, Alvaro Hernandez. Miguel Angel, our super through the rank striker, is also injured. That's not great. So we are going to go with two. Is it two teenagers? Linares is now 20. Linares is now 20. So this is not ideal preparation going into a cup final. Barashina is coming in. Apahov. We've still got Bullock out. Paul is now playing because Edu Sanchez is injured again. We just haven't got the depth. Our 25, I think what we need to do is try and make our backup 11 exactly the same standard as the starting 11, which is going to take a lot of time. We've got big drop-offs in a couple of areas. Right, Estevallo is still here. Gula's still here, trying to sign him to a new deal. Has he signed it yet? He's not signed it yet. He's not signed it yet. But I'm hoping that he does because he's already on 11 assists for the season. Interested as well, Estevallo is having a better season in midfield, central midfield on attack. That was his numbers last year. He's actually same rank, but he's had more assists already in nearly 50% of the games, but has yet to score a goal, which is really weird. Right, here we go. Two youngsters. Linares has not quite kicked on. However, he's got 15 finishing. Let's see if he can put the ball in the back of the net for us. Right, here we go, guys. The first highlight of the game. We are 17 minutes in. It's been an edgy start. We get outdone in possession a lot. I have taken off slightly more direct. We're going a little slightly shorter, just see if we can control games better. I was a little bit annoyed that we were conceding so many goals, and we shouldn't when we're playing three at the back, all on defend. We're also playing with an anchor as well. You would have thought that would have been enough to really make us a good... Oh, we're in here. Linares, I might be offside. He was stood way offside. No way should he be offside there. Yeah, I think we're conceding too many goals for the tactic that we're kind of playing, really. We've also put the left wing back on support. We've now got Target Manoff. He's now the Hernandez role. He's now a DLF on support. So we're trying to be a little bit cuter. Hopefully over the next few weeks and months as well, towards the end of the season, we'll see an impact. My contract is out at the end of the season, so we do need to make an impact. I think if we don't get Champions League, then my contract won't get renewed. There's a corner just before half-time. What a save that is. He should have scored. They've had two chances at it, and we've managed to just survive. We're going to berate them just before half-time, and then I'll have another go at them in the changing rooms. Really quiet and edgy. I am thinking about a potential little tactical change. Just a little one. And I'll show you maybe at half-time and see what your thoughts are if I go with it. It will be bringing Gula back into a DM, double DM with Ledesma, and then moving Estevallo up as a shadow striker. Because he's a bit of a number 10. He's a goal, even though he's not scored, he's a bit of a goal getter. We've done okay. We've done okay. But I want us to be a little bit more controlling. So this is what I'm thinking. Gula's left-footed, right? So Ledesma comes onto this right-hand side. Because Bulakau's going to go, he's wing back on attack. Gula's then going to go in there, and we're going to play him as a register because we know he is so good at that. With the instruction of get further forward. We're then going to put Estevallo as that shadow striker. Let's see how we do. Let's see if Estevallo can really get on in beyond in that little gap. Hopefully that Hernandez, the DLF, drops into. We haven't got much on the bench, guys, as well, right? There's a highlight. Here we go. Right, Gula. This is where I was just about to say this is where we want Gula because he can help us build from the back. And we've got away with one. Senator, that's a brilliant save. Interestingly, we did put a bid in for a goalkeeper. He's like a bit of a wonder kid, 20 years old, Espanyol, had a release clause of 20-odd million. Bidded for him, accepted, and he chose West Ham on pretty much the same wage, which was really disappointing because it would have given us another young player, young Spanish player in the squad, and his attributes, guys, were absolutely tremendous. I'll show you him, actually, before we finish. Okay, we need to make some changes. The midweek games as well, because it's 2 games in a matter of days, it hasn't helped. Right, let's go. Paul's having a mare on that left-hand side, so let's go De Bont, who's played 1 game, I think, and got injured. Bulakau is struggling, so let's go Tabarez. Let's get Castano on, and we'll also go Shalalata, who is our young Israeli central midfielder. He's been around sort of like the B team for the last few years. He's now in the first team, and not really played a great deal, but he's a nice little tidy player. We're also going to go Jui up front, the forgotten man. He does like to score big goals for us. Let's give it an encourage. I wonder if it goes straight to pens, you know. I wonder if it goes straight to pens. Estevallo, we can't make another sub, so we're going to have to see it out with what we've got. It's not been a great spectacle, boys. Right, De Bont. Get there. He does. Tabaret. Tackle. Castano. Shalata. De Bont. We could be in. Castano. Wanted by Manchester United. Tabaré, the youngster, is in! There it is! Our youngster, who has come through the youth system, is regarded as a wonder kid. He's kind of doing the right centre-back role for us because he hasn't got the fitness to play on the right-hand side, and he has scored in the 92nd minute. I wonder if that's even his first goal for the club. What a touch! And he's absolutely smashed it in to the top corner. What a way to win the game with one of our own as the goal scorer. There's a highlight straight after the goal, guys.
Well, this is going to hurt like a mother...
The ref's having a look. He's having a look. I don't believe it. Literally. Oh, it's an own goal. It's Ramos. Own goal. We've scored in 92. They've scored literally a minute later. From kickoff to take us through to extra time. Oh, I tell you what, guys. The saves, the brutality of this year and last year with Go Ahead Eagles and Malaga has been absolutely killing. I tell you what, next season, FM25, I'm just going to manage Real Madrid. I'm just going to manage Real Madrid and just smash everyone and win as many trophies as I possibly can. Because this is absolutely killing me. Right, your Riquinho is on for Estevayo in that shutter striker role. Let's give a demand more. They've had 7. We've conceded way too many shots. Way too many shots for my line. The Betis are a good side, but way too many shots for me. I really need to try and tighten it up. We're going to pens. Oh, dear me. We're going to let Tabaré take one, the youngster. We've only got one penalty taker above 10. Right, Jui, our best penalty taker, scores. Straight down the middle. Thumped in, 1-0. Barberini against Senator, our Italian. Saved. We're 1-0 up. We're 1-0 up. Right, Tabaré thought he'd won it. What a winner that would have been. Here he is. Puts it in. 2-0. Right, if we could save this one, Senator, we're absolutely in the box seat. He saved it. We're what? Potentially 2 kicks away from winning the Super Cup. Castano. Missed. He's our anchor. Right, Hens. Come on. It's in. 2-1. Hernandez, the youngster. He said he was confident. Steps up. Puts it in. Lovely. Bottom corner. We're a kick away, guys. We could potentially a kick away. We've got 2 pretty much sudden death goes here. Rowe for them. If he scores, then we've got a chance to win it with Apahov, our centre-half. Rowe. Puts the keeper the wrong way. Right, Apahov. Think of set piece. Penalty taken of 9. I think it might even be less than that. He's worth about 100 mil. I think he's left-footed. What's he going to do? Julian Dix, absolutely rattle it.
He misses. He won't hit it softly. That's the only thing you can be sure of.
We have finally won a trophy. We've won the Super Copper. It's not one of the big uns, but it's a trophy that the board don't care about. But we're on it. We've finally won a trophy. 13 years into the save, we've won a bloody trophy. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll come back towards the end of the season. Fingers crossed, we might have a huge Europa League final to come to. At the same time as well, let me know. I need to stop conceding goals. How do I do that? Let me know down in the comments.